How's it going, guys? My name is Josh. Welcome back to another episode of Samson Sports. So today we're going to be talking about the UEFA Champions League, which is something that I absolutely love to death. I wait every single soccer season I wait for this moment, but I also wait for the Euro Cup and also the World Cup. But anyways, that's beyond the point. Every year, this is my favorite moment about the soccer season. Sure, the American season goes from the middle of spring all the way to the end of the fall and beginning of winter, but the real soccer leagues in Europe specifically go from about early August all the way through May, and the Champions League is the culminating European competition. So for me, I'm a huge Bayern Munich fan. I mean, that's what I was raised upon loving because I am half German, and that was a team I grew up to love. That was the local team, and arguably is the best team, and it's just a team I've followed for over 10, 11 years. I'm also an Arsenal fan, as for many different reasons. One, a bunch of my favorite German players, such as Lucas Podolski and Per Mertesacker. Yes, even though Per Mertesacker is very, very slow, I do enjoy him and watching him play, even though he is probably slower than a kindergartner. But that's the reason why I got into Arsenal, just some of my favorite players going to play for them. That's how I got into VPL. But both these teams are in the Champions League, and they actually both played yesterday. We're filming this on a Wednesday, and they played yesterday on Tuesday. But I just want to talk about with you guys what I've seen so far in the Champions League and what I predict is going to happen going forward. So for me, last year Barcelona won. That trio of Messi, Suarez, and Neymar for me should be illegal and is unfair. Like, people argue that Benzema, Ronaldo, and Bale is just as good. No, it's not. People argue that Lewandowski, Ribery, and Arjen Robben is just as good. Okay, I have to agree on that one, but personally I do feel Messi, Suarez, and Neymar are just unbelievably better than everybody else. They all are technically skilled, they all know how to finish, and they all are able to pull off those plays that just leave you going, what did I just witness? Especially Messi, because he's arguably the best player in the world and possibly the best player in history. But we'll talk about that in 3 or 4 years once his career starts to wind down a little bit. For me though, going forward, I really do feel this Champions League is going to be something dramatic. Yesterday's games, even though Arsenal lost 2-0 and the Bayern game was 2-2 against Juventus, they were exciting matches. The matches last week, I loved the PSG-Chelsea match. They were so intense. Even the Benfica-Zenit game, I believe it was intense. These games are so competitive this year. There's been no blowouts. They've been really up the field, down the field, intense action, and it's something that I really, really feel is great for UEFA this year. Amidst all the speculations with Platini and Sepp Blatter and all the nonsense that's going on in the corrupt world of FIFA, this is something that I feel is going to unite UEFA specifically and help get soccer back on track, heading into the Euro Cup in 2016 in France and then going on to the World Cup in Russia in 2018. So, for me, going into the UEFA Champions League before the whole tournament started, I really did feel Barcelona was going to win it again. Their team, for me, they just got better. They didn't necessarily bring in new talent. They didn't necessarily get rid of any talent, except for Xavi. But what they did is just develop that chemistry even more. Messi, Suarez, and Neymar, again, are clicking on even higher wavelengths than they did last year when they dominated everybody. So this year, I really did feel Barcelona's the favorite. And going forward, I do still feel they're the favorite. Real Madrid, for me, under Zidane, I still have to see a couple more games for them to prove themselves. Zinedine Zidane is one of my favorite players of all time. An amazing center mid for the French national team, Real Madrid, and a couple other big clubs, I believe Juventus as well. Just his ability to create plays, to really emphasize the beauty of the game, the skill passes, the skill moves, the volleys to win UEFA Champions League titles. He was the guy that did that. And for me, having someone with that creative magic to try to inspire a very creative-minded team in Real Madrid, I think it'd be great for them. Only problem is I think Ronaldo's too selfish, and that's going to hold him back again this year. Also, Benzema, he might get thrown in jail. And I kind of hope. I think it'd be really funny. I know that's really, negative of me, and I don't want to see anybody thrown in jail, but I think he kind of deserves it. I'm sorry, Valbuena. You just got screwed over by Karim Benzema. But going forward, this is what I think is going to happen. So any BPL teams, Chelsea and also Arsenal, no. It's not going to happen this year at all. Man U, you're not even in it. Man City, I don't see it happening. I really feel BPL is not that strong this year. Spain, Real Madrid, and obviously Barcelona is going to be the two top competitors. I feel Atletico can do okay. Wait, are they even in it? I don't even think they're in it anymore. I'll have to fact check myself on that one, but I don't think they have a chance. So it's not relevant right now. Also, my favorite team, Bayern. So I would say Bayern is the best team when they want to be in the world. Problem is, we have a lot of injuries, and we don't know how to close out games sometimes. Yesterday, we dominated Juventus the entire match. Really should have been more than 2-0, but then we lost it and went to 2-2 to end it. So Juventus, for me, could probably pull out a nice 1-0 win at Bayern at home, but if Bayern Munich comes out and really plays their best, I feel they're no match for Juventus, as in Juventus is completely inferior. But if Bayern wants to be successful, you got to stay healthy, and they probably have to get a little bit lucky on the draw. Because you can't play Barcelona and Real Madrid back-to-back and really keep all your players, no yellow card accumulations. That really takes effect the further you progress in the Champions League, because you lose players due to yellow card accumulation. So I really feel Bayern has to get a little bit lucky in the draw and stay healthy. If they do that, they can compete with Barcelona. So right now, I would say Barcelona and Bayern would be my subjective final if the draws pair up like that. Because they randomize every single round, which I think is an amazing strategy. I like how they keep it fair like that. Hopefully it's not rigged. But I do feel that's great. But the one team I think could really be the surprise. So for example, you've had Atletico Madrid a couple years ago, Juventus last year, Dortmund a couple of years ago. You always have that kind of under the radar team that's really good, but nobody's like, oh, they're a powerhouse, they can win. This year though, I really do feel one of these small teams can actually pull it out. You know who that team is? Paris Saint-Germain. They're playing Chelsea this year in the first leg of the knockout stage, and they'll have the remaining leg at Stamford Bridge sometime soon. But I really do feel that PSG is a great team. I feel that this is Ibra's year. Before he leaves, arguably PSG in the summer, I really do feel he'd be a great chance and be a great fit for somebody that's ready to make a difference in the Champions League. Ibra's so talented. He can put goals away at ease. He scored a free kick in the first game, even though it did take a deflection. But I feel he's a great player and can be the difference maker in those close games. I also feel that they got momentum. I feel Laurent Blanc is doing a phenomenal job as manager. And I do feel PSG has got that something about him that is going to make teams scared to play them. And I don't know, this may seem like a stretch, but after the sad tragedy that happened in Paris, I really do France, especially Paris Saint-Germain, could make a push to win the Champions League this year for that emotional reason. It's similar to me for the Boston Red Sox when the Boston Marathon bombing happened. That tragic event really united the city of Boston. And guess what? The Red Sox won the World Series that year. For me, it's the same thing with Paris Saint-Germain. They've been on fire in League One. Nobody can compare to them. And I really do feel that they could pull off a huge upset and win the Champions League this year. So if you want a favorite to pick Barcelona. If you want a team to not pick, don't pick Real Madrid, as they're overrated in my eyes. And Zinedine Zidane needs to prove himself a little bit more as manager before I can make those things. I know Roberto Di Matteo came in at Chelsea a couple years ago when they played Bayern in the championship and did end up winning. But I do not feel that Zidane is at that level yet, and I'd see a little bit more progression if I was to pick Real Madrid. For a final, if it does happen, I would pick Bayern and Barcelona. I feel those are the two best teams in Europe. But if you want a dark horse and a team that really could win, I'd pick PSG. That's all I have to say. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the group stages so far, and you've also enjoyed the knockout rounds. I know I have. Hopefully you guys have too. Let me know below in the comment section and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Let me know who you think's going to win and why. I love to hear what you guys think, and also if what I said is something you guys agree with. If not, I'm used to it. Don't worry. Other than that, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll talk to you guys sometime soon. Martial art. Nah. I know you're throwing that in there. I'm Arsenal. Now, frick. But for me going forward, this just did it again.